What's up, everybody? I'm here with the very last part of my set review. This time we're going over all the other cards, which is multicolor, artifacts, and lands. So we're going to start things off by looking at Abrupt Decay. Now, Abrupt Decay, I like this card a lot, actually. I think it's pretty darn good in Legacy, mostly. Takes care of those Tarmogoyfs, takes care of Delver, takes care of Countertop, takes care of, or Counterbalance, takes care of top, takes care of all of that crap. I like it. Takes care of tokens too, which is cool, if you need it. So I mean, in what's it called? Wow. In Limited, I think it can be okay too. There's a lot of things that cost less than 3. So, Archon of Triumvirate, which is the Azorius foil that you get. It's 7 for 4/5 flying. And when it attacks, though, you do get to detain 2 dudes. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. I definitely thought... Did I read detain wrong? I'm pretty sure I did. Anyways, so they can't attack, they can't block, they can't use their activated abilities. I like that. It's kind of neat. I guess it doesn't clear the way. So in my other videos, if I said they cleared the way, it kind of does, but not really. Yeah, whatever. Armada Worm. I love this card. I've also been testing out a red, white, green aggro deck with Wolf, what's it called? Yeah, the Master of the Pack, Huntmaster, Armada Worms, stuff that are 2-for-1s. It's very Jund-esque, but it's red, white, black, or red, white, green. Wow. Very, very, very awesome card. It's just value, and it, oh man, populates, just wham, more things, more populate things. I love that mechanic, I really do. Augur Spree. It's a very good kill spell. It's probably ever going to be used for a pump spell. I mean, if you got Armada Worm out there and you're already hitting through, and there you go. Azorius Charm, in my opinion, is the best charm. It does everything. It's very, very controlling, and I really like that. It makes the swings of your life just incredible. Call of the Conclave. It's good. It's 2 for 3/3. It's a Watch Wolf, basically. Carnival Hellsteed, which is the Rakdos foil that you get. I like this guy. He is 6 for 6/5 effectively, and he's got first strike and haste, so he's just bam 6, blam, take 6, or block it, and that thing dies. I like it. I think it's very Rakdos-esque. It's very in your face. Wham! I like that. I really do like that. Centaur Healer is fun. Gains you 3 life, and he's a 3/3 body. If you're playing the Celestia colors and everything, that's a pretty darn good card to have. Chemister's Trick is fun. It could be fun. If you have a bunch of dudes that are out there that, you know, if you know that, okay, I can connect with 10 damage and I can win, well, you can do that. Oh, there's a different one I'm thinking of. This one, it's just okay. It can do the same thing, kind of, except it can make your opponent's dudes die, which is fun. I'm thinking of the other ones down here. Just looked at it. It makes it so all your dudes are unblockable. Collective Blessing costs 6, but it does give your dudes a permanent giant growth, permanent +3/+3, which is cool. I like that. I mean, it makes all your 1/1 birds that much bigger from your token stuff. If you're playing Celestia, you're playing tokens, pretty much. Common Bond is okay. It's 3 to put, just making things 1 bigger. But paired up with Corpsejack Menace, on the other hand, that makes it a little better. Corpsejack Menace is the Golgari foil that you get, which I think that I'm going to get. Pretty sure that's what one I'm going to choose. So he's 4 for 4/4, which is awesome in itself. And if you were to put 1/1 counters on things via Scavenge, via anything else, you get 2. You doubling season those counters, which is neat. Counterflux, I really love the flavor of this card. It's just kind of like a haha, I win type thing. It's like, screw you, Storm. It's like, I want my spells to do things, and I don't want your spells to do things, so it's pretty neat. It can't be countered itself, and if you overload it for 1 more mana, everything on the stack is countered, which is cool. Centaur, or Courser's Accord, which makes a Centaur, a 3/3 Centaur. And then you populate. It's neat because basically you pay 3 for the Centaur and 3 to populate. So you get 6 for 6 power on the field, or Armada Worm in play, you get a 3/3 and another 5/5, or with the Grove, you get a 3/3 and another 8/8. I mean, it's pretty good. I can see it being, if you don't have any other 6-drops to play in that color of a deck, I can see it being an okay slot. Just basically because you get 2 dudes, or you can get this dude and a bigger dude. It's pretty good. The Attention Sphere is, oof, the Maelstrom Pulse Sphere. It's pretty good. Yeah, I like that card. I'm not going to like the price point of it, but I like that card. Dramatic Rescue is okay. Dreadbore is awesome. Destroys things. Problematic things. It is only a sorcery. I wish it was an instant. But I think if it was an instant, it'd be a problematic. I can see it being problematic if it was an instant. It'd be overpowered a little. Dragmangler is very good, and especially in the zombies deck, it's just gonna be amazing. In limited, I can see it being very good too because it's 3 for a 3/3 haster. It's just wham in your face. It dies. You make things bigger. It's fun. Epic Experiment. Speaking of fun, it's gonna be fun in EDH, any kind of casual format. That card is gonna be fun. Especially in like Niv Mizzet decks, man. Niv Mizzet EDH decks are just gonna love this. Oh my gosh. My friend has one, and I know it's just gonna be abused in there. Essence Backlash, 4 to counter a dude and make it deal damage. It's kind of neat. I can actually see this being an active counter in a sideboard, in like a limited sideboard type thing. I can see this being an active counter if you're playing the Izzet colors and your opponent is playing big fatty cards. It has something like World Spine Worm, they have something like that. And they just smack down World Spine Worm for, 11 mana. They work their way up to 11 mana. I just want to see that. They work their way up to 11 mana and you're just like, countered, and you take 15. Yeah. Fall of the Gavel, I like this card only because it's just a straight counter and then you gain 5 life. I play Type 4 a lot, and it's a very fun limited format that I'm getting into more and more. But you don't use mana or anything, and you only get to place 1 spell per turn, so counter spells are very, very, very crucial to Type 4, because if your opponent plays something and you can't, on next turn you can't kill it on your turn, say, they're just going to win with the next turn, basically, because you're playing big things for free. I mean, it's pretty nuts. So Fall of the Gavel is definitely I'm gonna pick one of those up and put it in my Type 4, just because it's a counter spell that gives you things. It's just cool. Firemind's Foresight, it's expensive, but it does tutor for 3 things. It can tutor for a Divination, a Brainstorm, and an Impulse, which is neat. And you put it in your hand, right? Yeah, put it in your hand. So yeah, you can Divination for that. You can Divination for, or you can get that. I guess you can't get Divination because it's not an instant. But you have to get instants, which kind of sucks. But, I mean, there's plenty of instants in red and blue. Goblin Electromancer is going to be another fun card in EDH. I think it's going to be mostly seen. I don't know if it'll be good in limited. I haven't seen too many. I've seen a couple of good instants and sorceries, but I don't know if it's gonna be that great. It can turn the red one that costs 3, or 1 and 2 red. It can turn that into just a double red to deal 3, which is neat. It's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very situational. It's very, very situational. Golgari Charm, which is my opinion the 2nd best charm. I really like this. Well, 3rd best. It's tied for 2nd for me. I really like Izzet Charm, and I really like Golgari Charm. Golgari Charm, it does everything for the stupid zombie deck that's going to be out. It regenerates all of your dudes. It destroys enchantments that are going to be taken over. They go, oh, Detention Sphere, all your grave crawlers, and you're just like, yeah, Golgari Charm that. Sorry. It's very good. I really like that card. Grizzly Salvage, same thing. It's going to be awesome in the Zombies deck. I've been testing out the Zombies deck also, and it's so good. End of your turn, just going to look at my top 5, put this creature in my hand, and those guys go there. It's fun. It's very good. Havoc Festival, I think this is a fun card. It's going to be it's going to be absolutely bonkers in limited. It's just going to be stupid. It's going to be, I don't know. I think in limited and in EDH, it's just going to be so weird and random. I like it because your opponent's life is cut first, if that makes sense. Basically, so you're at 6 mana. Okay, you drop this sucker, say go. You're both at 20 life. Now they're at 10. Okay, they can't hit you while you're at 10 to kill you, but if you have the right stuff on the field after they pass back to you, you can just effectively kill them. If you have 10 power, that can get to them. I like it in that respects, and I really like it. I think this is going to be stupid in EDH too. People are going to be very pissed about this card in EDH. It's going to be, yeah. The person that plays this is going to die, honestly. If you play this in EDH, you're going to die. Hellhole Flailer is next. I like the art. It throws back to the Hellhole Rats, which was one of my, not favorite cards. It's just one of my favorite cards, I guess. I like the art on it. I just liked what it did. Anyway, so it's 3 for a 4/3, which is neat. And if you really need to, you can pay 4, and you can fling it at somebody, which is cool. I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty good in the aggro-based Rakdos limited decks, definitely. Just a bunch of dudes with Unleash, just wham wham, just come out stupid fast, right? And the ability to have him hit you, and then if you have 4 mana, have him throw him at yourself again, that's pretty good. So you can effectively do 8 damage for 4. I like that. Heroes Union is bad. It's another gain life spell. It costs 2, but it's still. Any gain life spell like that I don't like, except for one down there, but we'll talk about that. Hussar Patrol, it's good. I don't know. It's got a decent defense. It's a 2/4 for 4 with flash. So you can play it, block something, and then on your turn attack, and it can still block again. I like that. I really like that about it. I think it's going to be pretty good and limited. I think a lot of people might pick this up pretty fast if they're playing draft and stuff. Hypersonic Dragon is the card you get for the Izzet, the foil card that you get for Izzet, the promo. I think this card's going to be stupid in EDH. It's going to be so good. Being able to cast your sorcery spells at instant speed is pretty dumb. It's pretty good. Yeah. So I think it's going to be fun in EDH. I don't know if it's going to have an effect on Standard. I can't really see it right now from the decks that have been being tested and stuff. I don't see it right now being too big a thing in Standard. But in Limited, it is 5 for a 4/4 flying haste, so that's nothing to overlook. It is 5 for 4 damage in your face if they don't have a flyer, so that's pretty good. Asperia, if you get this card in Limited, just play it. If you open up this in one of your packs, and even if you don't pick Azorius, I think you want to be Azorius, because you land this on turn 6, and now whenever anybody attacks you, you get those answers. It says when it attacks. It doesn't have to deal damage, it attacks. So they go, I'll swing with 4. You go, okay, I draw 4, and that guy's dead, and that guy's dead. Stuff like that. I like that a lot. And it's 6/4. It could have been a little bigger, I think, on the butt. But, yeah, it's 6/4. Izzet Charm is tied with Golgari Charm for me. I really like both of those two a lot. Being able to just basically choose what you want to do is just awesome. It's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be the way you play your Izzet Charms in Standard, mostly, because I know this is going to be a Standard card. The way you play your Izzet Charms is going to be whether you win or lose. If you don't hold on to your Izzet Charm long enough to kill something, or if you don't hold on to your Izzet Charm long enough to counter something, and you just use it for the draw, then you could lose that game. Which, I like that portion of Magic, just because you have to actually just be on top of everything, you know. You have to pay attention. You have to say, okay, what can he play? What can he do? if I save it to counter that, is he going to have enough mana to just not care, you know? Or if I save it to kill that, will it not matter in the long run? Can I just draw something else? You know, that's why I don't like it as much, but I don't know. I like it. It's a good card. Don't get me wrong. Is it Staticaster? Man, does that just shut down all tokens, unless they have things that make them bigger. But, yes, I like this card a lot. It just destroys anything with 1 power and anything redundant with 1 power. Any dumb little birds that you have out, any saprolings, anything like that. It's just boop, 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 they're all dead. And it has haste, and it has flash, but it's an 0/3. It's okay. You can still block 2 power things, which is neat. Gerard, I don't know. It's good, I think. I think it's only going to be good, in my opinion, in EDH. And even in EDH, you'd have to literally build a deck around him. In other decks with those colors, I can see it being okay in something like Gav, Guru Spores, or, what's that other one I was just playing? It's escaping me right now. But I can see it being okay in those. I don't know. I wish it was better. I do like the fact that you can just sacrifice the forest and stuff to return them from your graveyard to your hand. You can do that at any time. I really like that, which is kind of cool. But then it puts down 2 lands. Whatever. Gerard's Order. Man, I can't talk today. Gerard's Orders, on the other hand, man, that is a good card. It is only a sorcery. It does cost 4, but it also nets you 2 things. In any kind of deck that you have things that come back from the graveyard, you have any kind of recursion, you have any kind of zombify effect, man, this card's gonna be sick. You go get a situational card you need in your hand to play, and you go creature, and you go and get a dude to throw in your yard to get back later. So, Crozada, Guildmage? God, I hate these names sometimes. Crozada Guildmage is 2 for 2/2. That's pretty good. I do like the target creature gets 1/1 and gets Intimidate. That I think is going to be pretty sick. In Limited, I think this guy's going to be pretty good. And the other thing I think is going to be very good is the 4 to sacrifice a non-token creature and put that many tokens into play where X is the toughness. Being able to attack and say they do something and battle trick your dude to where your dude's going to die anyways, their guy won't. And you go, well, okay, cool, I'll sacrifice my guy and I have all these tokens now. I really like that. Being able to do that at instant speed, and the turn you play it too. I mean, if you have enough mana, if you have 6 mana, you play it for 2 and something happens, you can just get 2 dudes. I like that. Lot Left Troll, good lord, this guy is going to be stupid. I can't say any more than anybody else has already said about this card. It's going to be dumb. It's going to be so good. The zombie decks are going to just run rampant for a while. I don't know what's going to really take care of that. Other than just outrunning it, Next is Loxodon Smiter. I like this card. I think it's going to be... It might be used in Legacy. I can see it maybe being used in Maverick. I can see it being in Maverick for a sideboard card. If they have... if they're a real discard-heavy deck, if they have, like the Sam Black's deck that he played last weekend, The Walking Dead, it had nothing but discard cards, and if this is like one of your only creatures or one of your only things that costs 3 in your hand at the time, and it happens to be discarded, and it gets put into play, which is pretty sick, so, I don't know, and it's also 3 for a 4/4, and it can't be countered. So it's coming into play, basically, is what it's saying. It's like, I'm here, guys. You can't discard me, I'm just here. Next is Layev Sky Knight. I like this guy because it's 3 for a 3/1 flyer, which is cool. He does die to the whatever it's called, the one that deals 1 damage to each creature you don't control. He does die to that, but when he comes into play, you get to detain something. A non-land permanent. It doesn't have to be a creature, which is neat when he comes into play, right? Yeah, when he comes into play. So that's pretty cool. Mercurial Chemister, I think... Oh my, this card is going to be sick. This card is going to be... It's going to be very good in Limited. Very good. It's it's pure and total just uh, advantage. It's 1 to draw 2. Are you kidding? And then 1 and discard a card, and he deals damage to target creature with converted mana cost of the card that you discarded. Yeah, that's sick. You don't have you're mana stuck, and you're stuck at 5 mana, and you have something that costs 7 in your hand, and you can't play it. And they have a giant just fatty on their side of the field. You're just like, hey, I'm gonna draw 2 and just discard this on my turn and kill that. I think that card's gonna be like sick. I think it's also got some uses in like EDH and stuff. Just the draw 2 is so good. 1 to draw 2, that's so good. New Prov Guild Mage is pretty neat. Gives something flying. You get to detain something. It's kind of cool. For 5 though, you can detain something. Nivix Guild Mage is cute. You draw a card, discard a card. But you also get to copy things, which is cool. I like that. I like being able to copy stuff. I think in like a Niv-Mizzet EDH he'll be in there. One of those definitely. Niv-Mizzet Draco Genius. I like Niv-Mizzet. I don't like Draco Genius as much. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. Whenever he deals damage, you draw a card. If he hits him, bam, you draw a card. You know, whenever he deals damage to a player, though. So, I don't know. I like the fact that he can shoot things. That's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. You can just pay, 6 damage, or you can pay 6 damage. You can pay 6 mana and kill, something. It doesn't matter. For 3. You don't get a draw off of it. It's kind of dumb. But next is Rakdos Charm. Everybody says this is like the worst one. It is pretty underwhelming if you look at it from all the other ones that you see. Yeah, cool, you get to exile all cards from a library, or from a graveyard. Ooh, cool. You get to destroy a target artifact, and each creature they control deals 1 damage to the controller. But the thing I see is that if you're playing against a token deck and you're Rakdos, you're going to have troubles blocking anyways with all your Unleash dudes, and this just deals that extra damage for every token that they have. The other thing I see is if somebody plays Vraska, you win. You let Vraska ramp up and make those assassins. Your turn, you go, yeah, those creatures just dealt 1 damage to you. Sorry. Like, I don't know, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Rakdos Rage Mutt it's a fine card. It's 5 for 3/3 lifelink haste. It's 5 to gain 3 and possibly kill something. It's not terrible. In the Rakdos like limited deck, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be okay. The Ringleader is pretty bad. He's 6 for a 3/1 with first strike. He does have Regenerate for 1, which is okay, but I don't like it. It costs way too much. Rakdos Lord of Riots. My personal favorite guild is Rakdos. I really like this guy for the guild leader, just because he is having read the books, the flavor of this card is actually pretty cool. The flavor of this card is pure and simple fun. And that's what the Rakdos like, is just fun. And they like to be, like, they don't care who they hurt when they have fun. And that's the thing. That's the thing about this, man. It makes all your creatures that much better. It makes all your things that much better. And you do have to deal damage. Like, you do have to spill some blood to make things better, I guess, But there's plenty of things to do it. There's plenty of things. Rakdos' Return, it's going to be an amazing card, I think. It's going to be... a lot of my friends have been comparing it to Bonfire, kind of. The next thing to do when Bonfire just isn't that good. The next thing to spend mana on when Bonfire's not that good. So, I like it because it's a freaking mind rot or whatever if you want it to be, and it deals damage. Man, that's like... It's... I forget the thing you have to pay for it. I think it's 5 mana, and you get a Blightning, which costs 2 more, which isn't bad. It's not terrible. And but the more mana you pay, the better you get. You get a Blightning plus 1 extra card, which is good. And like the more amount of mana that you pay, the more that you pay, the better it gets. The more cards they have in their hand, and the more mana you pay, the better it gets. I think there's a threshold of stuff that you can pay for this to be good and bad. To be good would probably be somewhere around 4 for the X. It just depends on the cards in their hand. If you just want to outright kill them, pay pay all your mana. But if you want to get rid of the cards in their hand, deal some damage, and play smart, then I think 4 is probably the most you want to pay. 4 is a lot of cards for them to discard. It is 4 damage for them to take. I don't know. I like it. Righteous Authority. This card is going to be pretty good in the deck that I play online, my EDH deck, which is Gwafa Hazid, whatever his name is, Gwafa Hazid Profiteer. Thank you, Jesus. Basically, that is just a control deck. It's, you don't do anything, I'm going to win with all these other things, and you just sit back and just chill. Just sit back and chill. And it really likes to draw cards, and it really likes to have flyers. That has a couple flyers that have, they're big, and that, like, rely on being big. So this one makes them very big, and it makes me draw extra cards. It's kind of cool. Risen Sanctuary, 7 for an 8/8 vigilance. It's not bad if you need a spot for a 7 converted mana cost fatty. This is actually one of the better ones. It has vigilance, and you can just attack and block, so I like that. Rites of Reaping. I like it and I don't. It depends on the board state with this card. It really does. I like that it kills something and it makes one of your things bigger, but I don't like that it costs 6. I think it could have cost a little less than 6. I think it could have cost at least it could have cost 4. Like, that's the least amount that it could have cost was 4. But I think at 4 it probably would have been a rare, and it probably would have been a little better. Rixmadi Guildmage. I don't like this Guildmage, really. It's kind of, in my opinion, the worst one. It kind of just seems like they just tacked a couple of random things on there. With all the other Guildmages, with Prov, with Crozota, they don't have any kind of, like, other things tacked onto it, They don't have, like, if this guy's blocking, then this happens, or if this guy's dying, this happens. This one just says, hey, that dude gets +1/1 and has Intimidate. Hey, this guy's dead, now I get dudes. This one just gets flying, and that's detained. Now, with the Rixmadi Guildmage, yeah, you don't have to pay as much mana, but something has to be blocking in order to kill it, and to kill it, you have to pay a bunch of mana to kill it. Or if you've lost life already, then you lose more life. I don't know. I think that if this would have been, like, this would have been a little better, I think, if this would have said, like, 1 and those 2, a target player loses a life. I think it would have been way better. Because then you could have paired it with Rakdos. You could have paid 3, played Rakdos, you're fine. Like, I think it would have been way better, but I don't know. Search Warrant is funny. It's just, let me see your hand, and then I gain some life. I like that. It's kind of cool. Silencia Charm is a pretty good one. It gives your creature 2/2 trample, which is nothing to not look at. I've been testing it in the red-white-green aggro deck. I mostly use it for that, to be honest. I give my Thragtusk tramples and stuff. But making a 2/2 knight with vigilance isn't bad. It's pretty good. The exiling thing, it's nice, if they have a big creature, but Skull Rend is fun. It's a random discard. I like that. I really like random discards. It's just because they don't be like, okay, well, this crap's gone, and I'm gonna keep this good stuff. They now have to be like, oh, I hope it doesn't hit that. I hope it doesn't hit that, and then sometimes it hits it. Skymark Rock. I don't know. I think this is gonna be an okay card. Actually, I think this is gonna be a pretty good card to pick up in Limited, honestly. There's a lot of things with 2 power, or 2 toughness, excuse me. There's a lot of things with 2 toughness. I mean, a lot of things. And it returns tokens, it returns Sluiceway Scorpion, it returns, just to name a few, it turns anything with 2 power, and there's a lot of stuff with 2 power. There really is. So I think this guy's going to be pretty good. He is 4 for a 3/3 too, and that's not terrible. A flyer at that. Slaughter Games is just a sniping card. Yeah, you just need to get that one card out of their deck, and it's not going to be countered, so there you go. Sluiceway Scorpion is going to be pretty good. It's okay. I like that it only costs 3 to scavenge it, which is cool. Spawn of Rixmadi, it's okay. It's just a guy, really. that can't block. So it's like 5 for a 6/4 that can't block, which is, it's not that bad. Sphinx Revelation. Now this is a gain life card that I like. It is a gain life and a whatever it's called, the Brain Geyser kind of. Not Brain Geyser because it doesn't make target player, but it's incremental advantage. You pay 6 and you get a draw 3 and gain 3 life, which is good. So I can see it being used in like EDH decks and stuff. Supreme Verdict, very good. Wrath spell, definitely. A little intensive on colors, but if you're playing Azorius colors, you're going to be okay. Teleportal, that's the one I was thinking of. When I was talking about the chemist's trick or whatever. Teleportal is the one I was thinking of. So for 5 mana, you can make all your dudes unblockable. They get 1 bigger. That's kind of cool. I don't agree with the colors that it came in, but I can see the like the flavor behind the card. They use like weird things and they teleport stuff. So yeah. Thought Flare is an instant, which is cool. It draws you 4 cards. You have to discard 2, but it draws you 4 cards and an instant speed, which is cool. Treasure Find, I wish this was an instant. If this was an instant, it'd be way better. Definitely way better. You return a card from your graveyard to your hand, and then you exile it. It's like a regrowth for 1 extra, or not regrowth. Yeah, it's like a regrowth, I guess, except it costs black. Trestle Troll, Defender, it's not that exciting. Tristani, it's listening his voice. I'm losing my voice. This one is going to be, if you have the token archetype, if you're playing the token archetype in this, this card is going to be nuts. Just bonkers. Unlimited, man. If you open this in your guild pack, be happy. If you're picking Silencia for your guild pack and you open this, you're freaking lucky. Because this card is very good for Silencia, the guild stuff, man. With all of the stuff that stuff does, it's just nuts. With the Wayfaring Temple, you tap 3, you have another 8/8. You play the slime thing, you have another slime. And whenever those come into play, you gain stupid amounts of life with her. It's nuts. She's very good. And then speaking of a very good guild mage, yes, her abilities do cost a lot, but for 6 you get to put a dude into play, and then for 4 you can populate. This 4 populate is nuts. So good. And here's Vraska. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to it, it's combat damage. Dang it. See? Rakdos Charm is just that much worse now. Anyways, she was good. She's pretty good. I mean, I like Vraska. I don't know what she's going to be used in. I can see her being used in EDH, definitely. But I don't know if zombies will even use her. She's kind of slow for zombies. I don't know. Wayfaring Temple, if you're playing the tokens, he's very good. He's fat, and when he deals damage, you populate. It's so good. Can't wait to use Azorius Electors. Can't wait to use this in my Guafa deck. Oh my gosh. Not being hit for 5 turns? Yeah, that's fine. I can do that. In Guafa, EDH is just gonna go nuts over this, and there's gonna be this card's dumb. It's so good. Blister Coil, weird. I like it. I do. It's 1 for a 1/1, which is cool. And I mean, you can always you can just do a trick and untap and block a 1/1. Cryptborn Horror, he's either really big or not going to be big at all. Deathrite Shaman is fun. It's got a lot of fun abilities. I like that it's any graveyard. I really like that. Dryad Militant. It's Dryad Militant. It's already been said. He's pretty good. It's 1 for 2/1. I don't think it's going to be that great in limited, but yeah. This one I think is going to be okay in limited. It's probably pretty good. Frostburn, weird. It's a water courser, kind of. It's hard to explain. I like it. I don't know. I can see it being very good in limited if you're playing it. There you go. Golgari Longlegs, I don't like it. It's 5 for 5/4 vanilla. It's just okay. Growing Ranks in the token archetype, man. If you get this card, you play it. Every turn you get another dude. Judge's Familiar. It's gonna be just a fun little card to play sometimes in some kind of standard or some kind of casual formats. Nivmagus Elemental. I can see this guy being really, really, really good in definitely an EDH. If you get into like a huge battle, like a huge counterspell battle, you can just be like, okay, well I'm going to exile all my instants and sorceries that I played. So now your counterspells, if it's going to get countered, say you counter something, they counter your counter, you counter their counter, and they counter yours. Okay, you exile your 2, he gets 4 1/1 counters on him, and their things happen, and his little deal happens because your thing's going to get countered anyways. I like that. It's okay. Rakdos Cackler's very good. 1 for a 2/2, super good. Same thing with Shred Freak, 2/2, 2/1 taste. Slitherhead, 1 for a 1/1 with Scavenge of 0. Pick this card up if you're playing any of those colors. Constructed slash pre-release stuff. This card's gonna be good. Sundering Growth, Killer Artifact or Enchantment, Populate. Definite good sideboard card for the Silencia stuff. Vassal's Soul, it's okay. It's a vanilla flying creature for 2. Azorius Key Rune, it makes a flying dude. Any of the key runes, if you get any of the key runes and you play like the Azorius stuff, play it during your sealed deck. It will help you. No matter what, it will help you. So any of these that you get and that are in your colors, I definitely recommend playing it. I highly recommend playing it. Chromatic Lantern, oh my god, I love this card. It makes all of my dreams of building a really, really good, like, 5-color EDH deck just that much closer. Just that much closer. I like that card. And it makes... I think it's going to have an interesting portion in Standard, too. I do. I think it will. With all the multicolored cards that we have, you can now pick and choose the best ones and play this card and have all your lands do everything, and it's self-tap for mana. I think that's good. Very good. Civic Saber is okay. 1 for 1/1, it gives him +1. It's kind of cool. Codex Shredder is... I don't like it. I like the fact that you can return something, but it does cost 5 to return something. Golgari Key Rune gives him Death Touch. Is it Key Rune? Makes you draw stuff when you hit things. Pitting Needle is Pitting Needle. Rakdos Key Rune, the best one ever, right there. A very good card. Man, 3/1 Devil with First Strike, that's intense. All the other ones are just like, oh, I'm a 2/2. Oh, if I hit you, I deal damage. Oh, I have Death Touch. I have Flying. This one's like, yeah, you block me and you have any but littler than 3, you die. Silencia Key Rune makes a 3/3, which is the second best one, I think. It's a 3/3 for 2. It makes a Watch Wolf, basically. And it has a wolf on it, that's cool. Street Sweeper, I don't like it. Tablet of the Guilds, I don't really like it. It can make you gain life, but it's just like those angelic feathers and stuff. It's never very good. And Volatile Rig, I don't get it, and I hate it. It's 4 for 4 for a trample, sure. It attacks every turn, sure. But when it deals damage, you have to flip a coin. I hate coin flip things. Just, yeah, it's bad. Then we go to the lands. You got your guild gates, which I really like the look of the gates. I thought they were going to be like this color and then this, but that's really cool. Blood Crypt, Golgari Guild Gate. Grove the Guardian, the one that you get for Silencia foil. Very good. And then the last one I want to talk about is Rogue's Passage, which is amazing. Well, not amazing, but it's good. I like that it makes things unblockable. And I'm probably going to end up playing in Karn. So, and this is the last one that's anything different. Transguild Promenade is just Capture Spire. So, alright guys, well that is my set review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out all the other channels that are listed in my suggested channels. They help. I know Fubsy Gamer just put up something that'll help you prepare for your pre-release, so go check that out. I'm going to link it in this video. And leave me questions on this one. Leave me questions of what you have for Return to Ravnica. If you have any questions of anything, honestly, I will answer them. I love answering questions, and just let me know. And until next time, guys, I'll probably be back with a weekend report on how I did at the pre-release. So I'll see you next time.